It's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys.
The kickoff for Dallas.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this carries into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" cornerback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
First carried out for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
North of 100 yards, the two scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
2nd and 2. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's got this down to the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And that is incomplete.
The pass.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A 47-yard.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
Cowboys, nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it down from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
When he came out of college, I thought his best attribute was being able to break the pocket and make plays in the open field. But watching him develop over the years, you see a guy who can stand in the pocket and deliver excellent throws into tight windows.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The numbers for Zeke from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Bit of a surprise that ran it on 3rd and medium proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott able to hit his target Lamb. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Good for the Cowboys.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Cowboys nothing.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Prescott down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd down and 6.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Prescott from the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Now a dump off here complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. He's going to field this at the 4. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll throw over the middle, taken in, and they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Oh, boy. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Lamb
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Breaks a tackle. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tate. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. He's got Burton here. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
A gain of 2.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Indy set to go on offense once more. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This one into the hands of Burton. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Burton. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
9-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. He'll get this one to Pittman.
And he gets it down to the 32. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away.
Is good.
So we've reached halftime here. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Rodrigo Blankenship.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those two in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, I've never heard synergistic before, but I guess that works, right?
It does on this game. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Completes it to the tight end, Burton. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down, Prescott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Pollard. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And this one through the uprights and good. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback.
25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play. And this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40.
And
nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
We're back now in Arlington, and we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the 4th. first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not, and dropped him for no gain.
He'll find Hines out of the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
Don't drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But well, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Pollard able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he'll go down at the 28. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The tackle made at the
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Elliott. And he gets gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Here's Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on?
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And the lead is up to 5. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Caught right side, Tate. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Back to throw. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
A gain of 6 yards. And
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That completion works out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. Again. Gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And that one incomplete as it breaks a string of 8 straight pass completions.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, They're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And they take a knee. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Cowboys, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts,